What's up, y'all? Let's get it. Sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes. Let's go. Sometimes you gotta do things that just ain't you. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice just to make do. Sometimes it gets real hard to be faithful, but whatever you going through, you gotta stay true. Sometimes you can't figure out which way to move. Sometimes you get confused and don't even know what to do. Just live your life, you don't know what God has in store for you, and whatever you going through, you gotta stay true. Stay true to yourself and never doubt that. I know it gets real hard, but you gon' bounce back. It ain't how you fall, it's how you get up. You gotta crawl before you walk before you run before you jump before you fly. These are the steps you gotta take just to get by. The choice is yours, right or left, but it which way. And when I asked them who to trust, he told me, you better live your life and never dwell in fear, because it's only gonna hold you back or get you killed. Thinking about my life, I made a lot of big mistakes, but learning from the situation put me in my place. Sometimes you gotta do things that just ain't you. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice just to make do. Sometimes it gets real hard to be faithful, but whatever you going through, you gotta stay true. Sometimes you can't figure out which way to move. Sometimes you get confused and don't even know what to do. Just live your life, you don't know what God has in store for you, and whatever you going through, you gotta stay true. Man, you always gotta stay true. It don't matter where I'm at, it don't matter what I do, I'ma hold my shit down. Cause if you know like I know, you better stop playing, cause it's about to go down. Real talk, real spit. This world is so damn cold. Some people sell a soul just for a meal ticket, but I'd rather build it. Cause if I build it from the ground up, you can't take it away, you can't steal it. Bitch, I am the realist. And by that I mean I only speak the truth, so everybody can feel this. I'll tell you what the deal is. If we don't work together to make this shit better, then ain't nobody gon' get the lead. Sometimes you gotta do things that just ain't you. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice just to make do. Sometimes it gets real hard to be faithful, but whatever you going through, you gotta stay true. Sometimes you can't figure out which way to move. Sometimes you get confused and don't even know what to do. Just live your life, you don't know what God has in store for you, and whatever you going through, you gotta stay true. You can't stop me, no, you can't break me, no, you can't shake me. I'ma do you can't stop me, no, you can't break me, no, you can't shake me. I'ma do what I want, I'm doing what I want, I'm doing what I want, I'm doing what I want, I'ma do what I want, I'm doing what I want, I'm doing what I want, I'm doing what I want, I'ma do what I want. You can't stop me, you can't break me. I'm on fire and this thing no AC. It's getting hot and it's pitch like a pot roast. Yeah, man. Should be home big bad, man. That should be home big bad, man. Appreciate you. 7 cents. Tuning in, man. Go ahead and get the show started, man. I know I wasn't planning on going on. Well, actually, I was planning on going on, but you know, when you're a single dad, you gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta bathe, motherfuckers. You gotta make sure everything's straight. So, yeah, and you don't get no help, no support. So yeah, I apologize for the late run, but this is not just for now. This is for the future. So anybody who watches this playback, yeah. Big shout out to everybody, whoever's on here. Appreciate you. Could have been anywhere else in the world, man. You here with me, so I got you. I appreciate you. First and foremost, let me give my quick monologue because
before I get into what I'm going to talk about, before I let Brother Malcolm speak, and first and foremost, man, I know majority of people don't care about, you know, the things, the things in life that matter the most sometimes are not as exciting as most people would like. So I understand when people, want to be entertained and all that. I understand people like to have fun. I understand um, medicine is a medicine is something that's easier taken when it's sweet and it's you know tastes good. But also too, y'all, if you need help, and as a people, we very much need help. Um, Especially black people, we need a whole lot of help. So if you need help to get solutions to fix problems, you don't need pacification. Pacification is not necessarily going to fix a problem. Fixing problems comes with solutions. It comes with work. It comes with medical attention, triage. It don't matter, like depending on the situation. To find a solution, you have to come. I mean, to come up with solutions, you have to just put in. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's not enjoyable. That's what I mean. So if you really want to make changes in life, you have to deal with the uncomfortable truths, and the truth is very comfortable too. So I'm telling y'all right now, and since the beginning of time, right, since the Willie Lynch days, and I've been broke this shit down. I've been talked about it, but since the slavery days, they knew they had to keep black people divided. They knew they had to keep people divided in order to keep the control going, right? Because if they, whoever the people are who put these systems in place, these systems of oppression, these systems of all these systems that were put in place and put on mankind, they were put in place for reasons. None of this shit that was done to us was done unintentionally. Um, that's why we have a lot of systems and laws and things and systems put in place to keep everything the way it is. You know, yeah, you might, a lot of people they pull it up, but well, a lot of people might not realize, there's systems in place, man. Um, it's a lot of systems in place that keep us where we at. And when I say this, y'all, first and foremost, when I play Brother Malcolm, we all have the freedom to adhere to positive words. We all have the options and should have the freedoms and the right to listen to whoever we want to listen to for positive solutions. You know what I'm saying? It should never be. You should never feel ashamed to listen to somebody who has a positive message for you. So let's get to it. I wanted to play the Brother Malcolm because I'm gonna say something before I let Brother Malcolm speak. Every time we black people get to a position of every time any black person gets in a position of power or a position of attention, even just attention, even somebody comes along and swoops it from under their feet. Whenever somebody's trying to get to some type of solution or some type of understanding of something, the house Negro, I'm gonna say this too, first off, because I'm trying to say this, I'm trying to word it all right. Listen, the field, the house, the house Negro does the slave of the master now. I mean, he does the job of the master now. The master does not have to do his own dirty work, and he never had to do his own dirty work. Even back in the slavery days, when you were out of line, most people, the master would order the house Negro to whoop the field Negro. So he ordered the house Negro to put the whoopings on the field Negro. So this made more of a division amongst the house and the field Negro. And this is also why we have this self-hatred that we do have for the light-skinned people. The light-skinned African always gets hated on, or vice versa. The dark-skinned black man gets hated on because there's always this internal struggle. Because usually the house Negro inside was having sex. The woman was having sex with master. So her children was those multiracial children, and those were the children inside the house. So as generations went on, the light-skinned slaves, aka the children who was mixed race, aka the children whose master was fucking their mama, those children were hated by the field slaves, because the field slaves had it rougher. They were out there getting in, they were in the elements, they worked harder, they got treated different from the house slave. Does this and I know this makes sense, you know. So thank you for whoever you are watching. Let me get to it. Let me play because I'm gonna say one thing too, man. As a field nigga, right? As a field Negro, I know the house Negro or master himself will always have his boot, or try to have his boot put on my neck, or he will always try to have me whipped and lashed, because the field Negro, his interests and his cares and what he cares about is more about, he has more of like a vengeance on his heart. He has more of a wanting to get back. So you have the house Negro, who was always felt like he was treated well. So he sees no wrong. He sees nothing wrong with the way masters treated him, because a lot of times, like I said, the house Negro is a child. His father is his master. He's a byproduct of master. So he doesn't see what master is doing as wrong. He doesn't see the manipulation. He can't really see it, or he chooses to turn a blind eye because he loves his master. You know, he gets to eat the slop, the scrapes off the good plate. He gets to eat. He gets treated. He gets to drink right. He gets to be inside out of the elements. So he has more of respect. On the other side, the field nigga has no respect for master, because he's getting beat on. He's getting mistreated. He's out in the hot sun. He's picking cotton. He's doing everything he has to do to survive, and getting treated like an animal. So you can understand why the field nigga has the mentality that he does, and how it transcended and carried on into today. So let me play Brother Malcolm real quick, man. So y'all, thank you so much for listening. Nobody could say it better than Brother Malcolm.
To understand this, you have to go back to what young brother here referred to as the house Negro and the field Negro. Back during slavery, there was two kinds of slaves. There was the house Negro and the field Negro. The house Negro, they lived in the house.
And before you say whatever you say, I didn't listen to him and copy what he said. I always thought like this. I was raised like this. So before Malcolm X says what he says, my thoughts about the house Negro and mine was what I was thinking before he said what he said, because I heard this speech years ago. I don't verbatim know nothing about this speech. I just know how the brother's coming. So let's listen to him, and let's listen to him.
With master, they dressed pretty good. They ate good because they ate his food, but he left. They lived in the attic or the basement, but still they lived near their master. And they loved their master more than the master loved himself. They would give their life to save their master's house quicker than the master would. The house Negro, if the master said, we got a good house here, the house Negro said, yeah, we got a good house here. Whenever the master said we, he said we. That's how you can tell a house Negro. If the master's house caught on fire, the house Negro would fight harder to put the blaze out than the master would. If the master got sick, the house Negro would say, what's the matter, boss? We sick. We sick. himself with his master more than his master identified with himself. And if you came to the house Negro and said, let's run away, let's escape, let's separate, that house Negro would look at you and say, man, you crazy. What you mean separate? Where is there a better house than this? Where can I wear better clothes than this? Where can I eat better food than this? That was that house Negro. In those days, he was called a house nigger. And that's what we call him today, because we still got some house niggers running around here.
A lot.
This modern house Negro loves his master. He wants to live near him. He'll pay 3 times as much as the house is worth just to live near his master.
Yep.
And then brag about, I'm the only Negro out here.
Yep. Yep.
I'm the only one on my job. I'm the only one in this school. You're nothing but a house Negro. And if someone come to you right now and say, let's separate, you say the same thing that the house Negro said on the plantation. What you mean separate? From America? This good white man? Where you gonna get a better job than you get here? I mean, this is what you say. I ain't left nothing in Africa. That's what you say.
Yep.
While you left your mind in Africa.
Yep. Yep.
On that same plantation, there was the Feild Negro. The Feild Negro, those were the masses. There was always more Negroes in the field than there was Negroes in the house. The Negro in the field caught hell.
Yep.
He ate leftovers. In the house, they ate high up on the hoe. The Negro in the field didn't get nothing but what was left of the insides of the hoe. They call them chitlins nowadays.
Yep. Guts.
In those days, they call them what they were, guts.
Guts. Yep.
That's what you were, a gut eater. And some of you all still gut eaters.
Yep.
The Feild Negro was beaten from morning till night. He lived in a shack, in a hut. He wore cast-off clothes. And he hated his master. I say he hated his master. He was intelligent. That house Negro loved his master. But that Feild Negro, remember, they were in the majority. And they hated the master.
If you've been injured in a crash with a big truck, you deserve to know who's responsible.
When the house caught on fire, he didn't try and put it out. That Feild Negro prayed for a wind, for a breeze. When the master got sick, the Feild Negro prayed that he died. If someone come to the Feild Negro and said, let's separate, let's run, he didn't say, where are we going? He said, any place is better than here. You got Feild Negroes in America today.
Yep.
I'm a Feild Negro.
Me too.
The masses are the Feild Negroes. When they see this man's house on fire, you don't hear these little Negroes talking about our government is in trouble. They say the government is in trouble.
Yep. Yep.
Imagine a Negro, our government. I even heard one say our astronauts. They won't even let him near the plant. And our
Exactly. My basketball,
That's a Negro.
my football, my team going all the way this year. Y'all seen them Lakers? Y'all seen you see the Supersonics? You see they go into the championship. My team, they don't know you. You don't play for them. House niggas. Speak, brother.
That's out of his mind. That's a Negro that's out of his mind. Just as the slave master in that day used Tom, the house Negro, to keep the field Negroes in check, the same old slave master today has Negroes who are nothing but modern Uncle Toms.
Yep.
20th century Uncle Toms to keep you and me in check, keep us under control, keep us passive and peaceful.
Yep.
In non-violence. That's Tom making you non-violent.
Yep.
It's like when you go to the dentist and the man is going to take your tooth. You're going to fight him.
Yep.
When he starts pulling. So they squirt some stuff in your jaw called Novocaine to make you think they're not doing anything to you. So you sit there and because you got all that Novocaine in your jaw, you suffer peacefully.
Damn. Did you hear what he said?
Blood running all down your jaw. And you don't know what's happening. Because someone has taught you to suffer peacefully. The white man do the same thing to you in the street.
Yep.
When he gonna want to put knots on your head.
Yep.
And take advantage of you and don't have to be afraid of you fighting back. To keep you from fighting back, he get these old religious Uncle Toms.
Yep. Al
To
Sharpton.
teach you and me. They're just like Novocaine.
Yep.
Suffer peacefully.
Mm.
Don't stop suffering, just suffer peacefully. As Reverend Cleet pointed out, let your blood flow in the streets. This is a shame. And you know, he's a Christian preacher. If it's a shame to him, you know what it is to me. There's nothing in our book, the Quran, as you call it, Quran, teaches us to suffer peacefully. Our religion teaches us to be intelligent, be peaceful, be courteous, obey the law, respect everyone. But if someone puts his hand on you, send him to the cemetery.
Damn. He says somebody puts their hands on you. See, now look, it couldn't have been said better. Couldn't have said it better. Nobody could have said it better, man. Listen, that was Malcolm X. That was in the 60s, the 1960s. Those people like that, the real leaders, right? Our real leaders who are going to help get us out of this shit, real out of this shit, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. This ain't all just a race thing, right? This ain't all just no race thing. But black people never got no recognition, no, we never got any even acknowledgement for the suffrages we went through, our ancestors went through. And they say, you didn't go through that. Man, if your great grandmother, just 2 generations, just say great, just 3 generations back, which ain't no time. It's like 100-some years, right? If your great, or just your great, if they've been through all kind of pain and suffrage, you don't think that passes down into the child? Why do you think so many black people have a hard time with frustration? Why do you think black women die of heart disease, heart problems, heart disease more than any person in the world? You know why? Stress, generational stress. So much weight that's been put on us and our ancestors that we can't even hold or understand. And we don't go to therapy primarily. Black people don't primarily go to therapists. In the newer times, they're just starting to get help and stuff like that. But then, who's certified to help you from who hurt you? Because the people who hurt us systematically broke us down so much to where we're at this low level where we're at today. You know, where systematically the black race is at its lowest point that it's ever been in history. Systematically. You know, and I know people don't want to hear that type of stuff. And I never have a lot of people when I speak like this, because it's late, one, and people don't want to hear the realities of life because they're living so much contradictory to normalcy or reality. You know, a lot of people have done so many sins or crossed so many boundaries that they can't have a stake in the game. You know, you can't have a stake in black power if you don't, black empowerment, if you don't actively have a black lifestyle or actively a black, or, you know, you can't, it's like this. We can't keep allowing people to say, oh, I hear what you're saying, but that was 500 years. No, that shit, you hear what we're saying, but now it's just now systematically affecting everybody. But you got to realize, when you work a hard shift, to all my working Americans, listen to me, please. This isn't racism. This isn't even racial talk. Listen. When you work the hard shift at your job, your hardest shift, imagine your hardest shift, right? But you are not in no kind of AC protective shit. You worked your hardest shift at your job, no matter what your job is. And you want to go home, but you can't go home after your shift. You have to stay there on site in a mud hut with little to nothing, getting fed worse than the dogs. Shackled and chained, just like the cows. That's why they called it cattle slavery. And on top of that, you got to get back out there and work the next day, because if you don't work, you'll be beaten. And then they're not gonna beat you to where you can't work. They're gonna beat you to where you just understand. And if you violate too much, they'll beat you to death. See, they didn't want to beat their slaves to death. That's why they just tortured the shit out of them. They didn't beat them. They didn't want to destroy them. That was their properties. Think about it. I paid $500 for you. At that time, that might have been like worth $10,000 or something like that. But I paid $500 for you. You're Jimbo. You're Jimbo, 6'4", and sturdy as an ox. You Jimbo. Boy, I need my return on Jimbo. I don't want to beat Jimbo to death. Hell, I really love Jimbo. I bought Jimbo. He's my Jimbo. But you got to understand the thought process here, y'all. Shit, I love Jimbo. Yeah, I bought Jimbo. I make sure Jimbo gets extra steak, because Jimbo's my racehorse. He's my moneymaker. So I'm going to give Jimbo wants to mate. I'll send Jimbo 2 women with bags on their heads. Yeah, that's Jimbo's little sister, but he don't know that. I'm just going to put a bag on her head and send her in there. And he's going to wham her, and they're going to make a baby. Yeah, only Jimbo can breed. Jimbo, Jim Crow, what's that other nigga? Tom, Uncle Tom. Only them can mate. The rest of y'all, sit your motherfucking ass back there and shut up. You ain't getting nothing. You just a fucking, you was a weak little bonus. You came free. Do you understand how sick that would be, y'all? And you can't leave. And you can't leave. Imagine. And they talk about, now listen to me, please listen to me. And everybody else got their human rights. Even gays got their human rights before black people. The only bill that they ever passed for black people was the Civil Rights Bill, and that was inclusion bill. And when you include somebody, you take away whatever struggle they had. So by including black people, aka desegregating, by including them, you took away everything that they fought for. Because now they're feeling somewhat equal to you or on your level. So they don't even complain anymore. They won't complain about any more of their black struggles. And they, even after desegregation, black people were getting lynched, beaten, shooting, pulled over by police, killed, all that, still to this day. So what did we fight for? What did we die for? What did our ancestors die for? What was it for? What was it all for? So you could eat a hot dog, so you can go in and pee in the same bathroom. And I'm not for segregation. I'm not for none of that shit. I'm just saying black people were doing A-OK when they had their own towns. They were doing A-OK. Full towns, full banks, full systems, full operating systems, food, groceries, anything you wanted, they had it. They were doing okay. Inclusion wasn't the problem. I mean, inclusion was the problem. What was the reason black people were able to fight in the World War? To get out of slavery, right? They said they'll fight if you can free us. Them boys out there fighting. So they died once again. The first gun that was shot in the Civil War was a black man. Do your research. You know why? Because they were promised freedom. So they busting them guns. AKA dying out there. You know, and they gave freedom to the ones that was left. And you know how it went, Confederates versus, you know how it went. And we still get treated like shit. So I'm not gonna make this a race thing, y'all. I just wanted to say we'll never get to where we need to be because it's field niggas and it's house niggas. You got the house niggas like these rich rappers, right? The house niggas are the rappers. They're the rappers who getting all the money. They got big, nice 20,000, 100,000 on their neck, balling. Which I respect anybody for balling because a lot of people never had shit. So I respect the mindset when you get some money and you want to shine, you want to look good. But that's all part of the slavery system. And they're so dumb. What did they put on your ancestors' necks? Chains. What are these guys paying millions of dollars to put around their necks? Chains. It's all slavery. When you get signed to a label, right? When you sign the dotted line and you sign your rights over, or you sign to agree to get inside a record label to do work and do business. When you sign that deal, you get a what? A chain. Slavery. It's all slavery, man. People don't understand cattle slavery. They don't understand words and binding contracts and life. People don't understand life what it really is, man. So, hey, people gonna keep doing what they doing. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to try to persuade you in any type of way other than real is real and fake is fake. House niggas are so pre-programmed that anytime a real field nigga comes around, the house nigga doesn't know how to congratulate the field nigga. He only hates from afar. He sneakers and peeks from the side, and then he secretly figures out how to updo the house nigga. They study the house nigga. They study how he dances in the field and how he's out there sweating and making it look good. But then they secretly, field nigga, house niggas always secretly try to figure a way to outdo the house nigga. I mean the field nigga. So they put us against each other. We'll never win, y'all. And the reason why I mean by win is working together, because if we were uniting and working together and not having any hatred or jealousy or animosity for each other, we could all win, man. Because a lot of people are spreading this, listen to me wisely. God keeps putting people like me out here. He keeps putting positive truth speakers in the world. Malcolm X's. It's millions of them, right? God sent angels, millions of angels, to come speak the holy word. But guess what? Not enough people are not enough people are serious about life to where it even matters. Like not enough people are serious enough about life to where it even matters. I could tell you something that could change your life, but if you don't take heed to it and apply it, I wasted my time. And essentially, somebody's going to catch the ball. So, that's why, only reason why I throw it, But, these field niggas, man, these rappers, these entertainers, these politicians and athletes and all these people who are paid just to keep people, listen, people need to be entertained. And I'm not saying we don't need entertainment, because God knows I love movies and entertainment. I love this shit, right? I love the acting. I love art. I love all that shit. Theater, all that. But once you become grown, you need to be doing grown-up things. As a child, as a teenager, you should be able to play through life a little bit, right? But when you get to a certain age, and not just per se 18, I'm talking about 17, 16, 17, you need to be starting to focus on your trajectory in life, and grown people, we need to be teaching people better. Whether you know everything or not, you still should put your 2 cents in and teach people better, or show people the way, or, not necessarily interject, but it's always a way to show and teach, because this world can be a better place if we all, do our part, But these house niggas out here, man, they fucking the game up, man, And the reason why most people is house niggas, they most people bit the apple, man. They doing this, they sin and they living the wrong lifestyle, so they can't play it like that, And I'm not throwing deep. This is Big Bad. They talking about the world, about I'm listening to Malcolm X, and this shit inspired me, I don't talk sneak shots and no bullshit, because I really don't care about what people be having going on, because, and be honest with you, man, this world's too small, and there's too many real problems in the world to be worrying about the next man, The next man's supposed to be putting his bid in. If we all putting our bid in, we'll make the world a better place. And that's what it's about, So that's my purpose, y'all, man. Keep the world in a position where we could grow together and be something positive, man, because even though the world needs bad too, we need to see more good, man. It would be better for all of us, our children, our cousins, our brothers, our mothers. It would be better for everybody if we all were more positive and work together, Do the best you can. I'm gonna do the best that I can, man. God is with us, and He's gonna show us the way. Whether you believe in God or not, He's gonna show you the way. If He's in you, and He mostly pretty much is in you, He won't lead you astray, He'll send people like me. He'll send people in your life. He won't lead you astray. Believe in God, and believe in, don't necessarily just believe in God. Live and be as godly as you can in the human flesh, because I believe the true purpose of life is to live and experience it and learn as much as you can, because the next existence is something different. You know, so this existence is supposed to be a test. You're supposed to learn and get where from this as you can until you get to the next realm, you know. But I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Anybody who on here checking it, tuning in with me, thank you so much. It's late. I appreciate you though. I had to spread the word, man, because it's too much fake shit out here, man. Hey, you know, you can see it. Everybody can see the fake shit, man. The real recognize real. The fake gon' hate, man. It's your big bet. It's your big home, big bad, man. Real talk, real shit podcast, man. One of the original podcasters online. No matter if I'm in a car or whatever, I'm one of the originals. Straight like that.